Okay, here we got Mark Howe here, ex-Philadelphia Flyers here at the Baltimore Convention. Dad, Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey, might have been the greatest hockey player of all time. You played on the same line with him, along with your brother Marty Howe and your father. What was that like?
Well, playing with my brother was no big deal because we did it for so many years together. But for me, the best part about it was, especially the first 2 years that Dad came out of retirement, and we played together down in Houston. And Dad was 45 and 46 years of age, and to watch what he did at that age was just flat out awesome. And I consider him to be the greatest hockey player that's ever played. And when you get an opportunity to play with somebody, whether it be your father or just any other great athlete, it's just a treat to be on the ice and see what those people do every single day. And we were just blessed because it ended up being our father.
Did it put any pressure on you, being a Howe and knowing Gordie's your dad? Did you feel any pressure when you got in the NHL to continue the great name of Howe?
No, the only pressure is the pressure you put on yourself to be the best that you can be every single day. And I was motivated from the day I started till the day I ended. You never quit trying to improve. You never quit trying to get better. You never quit trying to win the ultimate single goal every single year, every time you step on the ice. So no, the only pressure, there was a lot of pressure when we were young, when we were kids. Marty and I, we had a lot of attention thrown away because they're Gordie Howe's kids, and a lot of it was negative. But the positive side of being Gordie Howe's son, growing up in the Detroit area, there's a lot of doors open. And but no, the only pressure is the pressure you put on yourself to achieve and be the best you can be.
Coming over to the Philadelphia Flyers, a great tradition in Philadelphia with the Flyers, great fans in Philadelphia. You play Edmonton in the finals, you lose in Game 7, Ronnie Hextall being the goalie. What did it mean for you to play for the Philadelphia Flyers?
Well, for me as an individual, that was the highlight of my career. I absolutely love my 10 years in Philly. I still live in the area. I live in New Jersey. I've been down Long Beach Island for 25, 26 summers now. So I love the area. I love the community. I love the people. And I met them all through my because of my playing years in Philly. But playing for the Flyers, the way I was brought up, the way I was taught the game's all about team, and it's about winning, and there's nothing about individual. And all my philosophies about hockey are exactly what the Flyers were all about. And so it was a great fit for me. And back in the 80s, before it became a bit of a bigger business than it is now, you truly felt like you were part of the Flyers family. And I mean, from Ed Snyder down to whoever's on the bottom of the totem pole, people were always there for you. The alumni is still strong in the community, and so I mean, when I came there in 1982, I had no idea that it's going to be a major part of.
A little different
turned out to be the major part of my life. Yeah.
What would you say is your best highlight moment of your career in Philadelphia?
Well, it had to be, I guess, the overtime goal I scored. I think it was my third year there. First year, I guess, under Mike Keenan coaching our club, and the 2 prior years we lost out in the first round of the playoffs, and the team had not won. We didn't win a playoff game, and then in Game 1, my third year there, I think we blew a 2-goal lead that we had in the third period, and we ended up going in overtime. And Ronnie Sutter made a great play behind the net. Lindsey Carson made a great screen. All I did is I grabbed the puck, I just put the puck on the net, happened to go through the goalie's legs, and but it kind of got the monkey off the team's back, and I think it gave us a lot of confidence. And I still feel to this day the toughest round to play in the playoffs is the first round. There's so much pressure at that point, and so that game, especially after blowing the lead that we did, gave our team a lift, and we ended up going on to the finals that year, and we lost to a great Edmonton team. But it was part of the stepping stone in the learning process of getting to where we did 2 years later in '87, which was 1 game shy of the Stanley Cup. But those were absolutely just great years, great group of guys that I played with.
Edmonton Oilers, they had the 550 goal scorers on that team, going back to Yari Curry, that kid Simpson, Glenn Anderson, Yari Curry, Wayne Gretzky, Paul Coffey. They were the odds were so stacked against you guys that you could never beat them. You took them to Game 7. How great was that Edmonton team, and also Grant Fuhr being in the between the pipes along with Kevin Lowe was their defenseman there.
A guy named Messier.
Yeah, Mark
like
Messier.
Yeah.
He's the other 50 guy. I know I missed a 50-goal scorer there, Mark Messier. Playing against that team and being a heavy underdog there, I feel like maybe the pressure was all on Edmonton and not on you guys. And if you win it, hey, gigantic upset. You take them to Game 7. Anything happened in Game 7. How thrilling was that series for you?
It was great, and on top of that, we had a lot of injuries going in. We didn't have Timmy Kerr that year, and we had 3-4 other guys out. But the play of Ron Hextall was just phenomenal. That's what I take out of that series the most. I mean, without Hexy's play, the series would have been shorter. But and the biggest curse was having whoever had a 2-goal lead seemed to lose every single game of that series. So it was a lot of ebb and flow, but it was great hockey, entertaining hockey, and the other thing I took out of that was anybody who watched Game 7 of that series, and Hexy was so good, and they still beat us 3-1. The game should have been 7-8-1. I mean, but we had the lead, and we almost scored on the power play to make it 2-0 in the first, and Grant Fuhr made a couple of great saves. But that game proved to me just how great a hockey club that was. We kind of had them reeling after beating them 2 games in a row. And they came out and they played as good a fundamental game as I think I've ever seen a hockey team play that night.